Hello guys and welcome to Watching Time. As promised already in the previous video, so this is the part 2 of the Nivada Grenchen review. I'm going to show you today the Depthmaster. So it actually that sounds very fun. It sounds like Star Wars, the Depthmaster. Yeah. So it's funny because we are reviewing here a watch that has definitely a history coming from Nivada Grenchen and all their Swiss-made history watches, but at the same time, it's a watch that it's going to present itself with a modern touch, and some of it you can see it while I'm shooting the video. It's, for example, the anti-reflective coating that it has on the sapphire crystal. That is something also new for the time. This watch was originally launched around 1964. That was the first Depthmaster, and it's a real I wouldn't call it copy, but a real relaunch of the original model that was produced at the time. This is definitely a two-watch design for diving. It's a diver with a diving bezel, 120 clicks, stainless steel in the model that I choose. So it presents itself definitely ready for something that is going to be dedicated to diving. There are different models, obviously, of the Depthmaster. This is the Pacman, and you can clearly see why it's called the Pacman, especially because of that 9 that really looks like Pacman eating. And you have also the 6. At the same time, they also have a very nice model, the jellyfish, that it has, instead of the second hand, a kind of Pacman ghost form of a jellyfish that reminds you of this really nice touch. This is a watch that has a very strong Art Deco inspiration, and at the same time it proposes a case that is very classical of divers of the time, the cushion case. So as you can see from the side, which is polished, and the front that it's actually not polished, so it presents itself with a very nice touch. The crown is a screw down crown with the logo of the brand, and then obviously you have the dial with its markers. In this case, this is the white Pacman, so the dial markers are white lume. They are going to be green hue at night, obviously, just for you to have a look at it. I'm going to charge it very quickly with the UV light. It works quite well at night, so it's actually quite good. There is also a version with the dot here lume. This one is not, it's black fill in the inside. As I was telling you guys, 120 unidirectional bezel. It's quite sturdy and strong, so I really like the movement and the precision here. And it's going to have a very interesting characteristic, which is the 1000 meter water resistance. So it's 100 atm, and I think that's actually a very nice accomplishment for a diving watch. Obviously, you're not going to be diving with a leather strap like the one I ordered here. Also Italian leather, same good quality as the one I found in the Chronomaster. You will probably prefer to wear a rubber strap for it. In their website, again, there are many choices. You can really choose any of the versions that you want and the type of strap that you want to include on this watch. So you also have the stainless steel bracelet if you like. That's a choice for you to make. And the leather strap, I think it looks really nice with the white touch here that really works with the white markers. There is the classical Pacman that the markers are of that kind of brownish hue, vintage hue. I think that's also a very interesting piece. I actually wanted that to be reviewed, but it was sold out by the time they managed to fix a sample for myself. So it's a pity, because I think that would have been really interesting to show one of the vintage inspired color lumes. But I think the white, both in the Chronomaster that I show you on the other video, as on this one works very well. So again, we have here a very, very precise reproduction of the original version with, in this case, a Celita SW200 movement on the inside. So it's a working horse in which you will not have a problem. A case that is still small, so really available for any type of wrist size. So it's a 39 millimeters. So this is really, really small compared to other cushion cases watches that you will find nowadays. And it's a 47 mil lug to lug. The watch on my 18 centimeter wrist works very, very well. And as you can see, it really has that vintage touch, that vintage vibe, and it looks like a NOS watch. Just came out from an old box from someone that kept it there from the 60s, and it's still brand new. I really, really like it. And I really like the Pacman touch because it's kind of fine. And I think it actually works quite well. So overall, a really nice, good quality watch that I really am enjoying. I think Nivada Grenchen again has done a very good work on producing this type of watches. Just for you to have a little comparison, one of the watches on my collection that wears also a cushion case similar to the one in Nivada Grenchen. So you can see it looks like a small Panerai. Obviously, the Panerai, it's much bigger with its 44 mil case, and it's going to wear really big on your wrist compared to this Nivada Grenchen Depthmaster that is going to be small. And also, this has a really nice water resistance with the helium valve, something that the Panerai doesn't has. So there you go, guys. If you like Panerais but you have a smaller wrist, definitely this is the watch for you. It's going to remind yourself of its own history because it has a very rich history from the 60s, but at the same time remind you probably of something else that it's not going to be available for yourself like a Panerai. So a really nice cushion case, and I think it really, really works on any wrist. My wrist, which I consider not to be small, I think the size still works perfectly fine. It looks a little bit small to my eyes because I'm really used to more than 40 mil cases, but still it's perfect. I am sure you guys that have a smaller wrist, definitely this is the watch if you want something vintage but new to wear. What else we can say? The packaging, again, it is a plastic-free packages, all cardboard. I didn't receive any information on this on Nivada. I don't know if they are doing a kind of safety ocean policy or something like that. Again, you have the message here inside for you to connect to their website. They are welcoming you to the club. You have the box with a very nice design on top of the Depthmaster and a little bit of history of the time. The printing obviously reminds you a lot of the era, so it reminds you not only of the history, but it looks as a newspaper from the 1960s. I think it's a really nice touch. Again, we have the leathery feel box on the inside. We have the cushion to put your watch, the warranty obviously of the watch, sign, and obviously it has the serial number of the watch, so each number has their correct serial. And then you have a little bit of the history of the original Nivada Grenchen Depthmaster, and as you can see inside here you have the original version from 1963 that actually had the Arabic numbers with the markers 1000 meter Depthmaster. So there you go, guys. I think it is a very well executed. I really like the fact that the box is plastic free and it's also small. Nowadays I don't have spaces at home for the boxes anymore, not even for the watches because they are in safes, but having the smaller boxes, having plastic-free reduction, having something that is more ecological is something that is definitely welcome and of use. So if you like the watch, guy, you know where to find them. Nivada Grenchen. Again, I repeat myself, they lended me these watches. Here you have its tag. I have not been paid for this review. It was my own spontaneous curiosity of the brand and their watches that took me to contact them and have them and ask them if they can kindly lend me some of their watches for me to have a look and review. And they were quite happy on doing that. So I'm really thankful for them to letting me do this review and to let me express in a very honest way on what I think on their watches. And I am really surprised because I was expecting something vintage like the original. I was not expecting for it to be so precise to the original piece and to have that feel in your hand of having something that was just there, frozen in time, waiting for you to get it. And this is kind of the feeling that this Depthmaster actually lifts you. If you like the shape, if you like the case, if you like the history behind, this is actually something that I think really works. And I think they are also the only brand that nowadays is proposing itself with this Pacman dial. And I think that's quite unique, different from other brands, and definitely it's going to bring something more to the whole package. If you like it, try to grab it. These ones are much cheaper than the Chronomaster, so you're going to be looking at some of these for around 900 euros. That should be around 800 and something dollars, or CHF. And definitely they are cheaper. I think the price point is quite right for the type of movement, for the quality, for the history behind, and the customer service around it. I don't know if they do discounts. Probably they do at some period of time, like Black Friday or something like that. I expect that they're going to be doing. I know they do pre-releases. So because actually I bought from them the Antarctica Spider as a pre-release a couple of months ago. So it was a pre-order. They should be delivering this month, I think. At least this is what they promised. Let's see how they keep their promise. But the price obviously was considerably smaller compared to the retail price. So definitely that's something appreciated if you want to have something different on your wrist. Here you have the valve, as I was saying, and the more I look at it, the more I like how it presents itself and how versatile this type of watch can really be. Anyway guys, see you on my next video and really hope that you like these Nivada Grenchen reviews. Until then, bye bye.